Shine is the third step in workplace organization. There's sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So shine is the third S. And it's the last of the physical activities that you do in workplace organization. There's sort, set in order, and shine. Those are the physical things that people need to do. The standardization and sustaining are beginning to form a discipline or a habit of doing things. So shine. Clean everything that's left over after that initial sort that you've done. You don't want to clean first because you're going to be cleaning things that you're going to be getting rid of. And then determine what clean means. And that may sound silly, but in my training sessions, I always ask people, how many people have children? And I'll always get a show of hands of, half of the audience anyway. And then for those that don't have children, I'd say, well, at some time you were a child, so you should be able to relate to what I'm going to be talking about. And then I ask them to respond to this question. What do you find when you go inspect the room of your children after you've sent them there to clean their room? What do you find? Generally speaking, it doesn't matter where I go in the world, what kind of cultural groups I work with. The response is things are always under the bed. They're under the bed or in the closet. That's what clean means to the child. But that wasn't what clean meant to us. So it's important in the workplace to get an understanding of what does clean mean. Does it mean we're going to sweep the floor? Or does it mean we're going to sweep the floor and wipe off the benches? Or are we going to sweep the floor, wipe off the benches, and wash the light fixtures? What does that mean? It needs to be clear because everyone is going to be accepting that responsibility to participate in making sure that the work area is always maintained the way that you have determined that it needs to be. And then cleaning supplies need to be readily available in the workplace. That should go without saying, but you need to have a place designated for where they're supposed to be. Prepare, manage, and monitor a daily cleaning schedule. And that isn't something that the boss does. That's something that the team does, or an individual. If you happen to have your own office, you may want to partner with somebody else and say, I look at my stuff all the time and it always looks good to me. So I would really like to have an analysis or an audit done periodically by somebody else, an impartial person, to take a look at my work area and see if there are some ways that it could be improved upon. So you need to manage that schedule, and that's based on the determination that you made of what is clean and how are we going to clean these things and how often are we going to do them. You set up a schedule based on that premise and then assign people responsibilities to do that. And then stick to the cleaning schedule. Within the team, somebody has to be the policeman for that and holding everybody accountable. And then make everything look new all the time. That's important because, again, we're talking about available time in the day and losing available time. If things are maintained in a high state of preparedness, when somebody comes to visit your facilities, you don't have to jump through hoops to get ready for them. And that's usually what happens. The boss will send out a note and say, so-and-so is coming to visit next week on Thursday, so make sure the place is cleaned up. So the supervisors get together and determine how they're going to manage that, and they assign people to doing cleanup responsibilities, and those people that are assigned to doing cleanup responsibilities are taken away from their primary functions. So they're not doing what it is that they were initially hired to do. So we've lost opportunity to provide service or produce parts for somebody. Standardize then is just sticking to the rules. And enhanced quality, increased throughput, and reduced cost are the results of always maintaining those first three S's. And you have to think about that. Enhanced quality, increased throughput, and reduced cost. How can workplace organization lead to that? Well, if I've created stability in the workplace, and I've gotten rid of all of the clutter and the things I don't need to have, the things that are interfering with me doing the work that I need to do, then I am going to have a more quality-focused workplace. I'm going to be able to increase my throughput because I'm not going to be wasting my time shuffling through things that I don't need to have or that are in the way, and ultimately that reduces my cost. I'm going to be able to do more in the time I have available, which reduces the cost of everything that I'm going to be doing. Standardize is not an activity, it's a discipline. We are not creatures of habit of being organized. That just goes against our nature. And so we need to force ourselves into forming this habit. Standardization is a way to do that. You begin to form the discipline, repeating the same processes over and over and over again. And standardization can then expand beyond just the workplace, but in how we do our work. What is the best way for me to get my work done? Can I standardize that? And continually revisit those first 3 steps. Implement communication devices that tell at a glance how work should be done and where things belong. So you can set up some color coding systems, like green, yellow, red is typical. And maybe I have an inventory location, office supplies inventory possibly. And all of my office supplies are stored in one location. I might use some green, yellow, red signals to tell me at a glance, is my inventory good? Is my inventory getting to a point where I need to think about replenishing it? Or has it arrived at a point where I absolutely need to replenish it because I'm going to be out pretty quickly? Green, yellow, red. Just signals that help determine levels of inventories. And then finally, sustain. And that is simply make a habit of properly maintaining correct procedures. Workplace organization has to become like as second nature as putting on your coat in cold weather or getting an umbrella when it's raining. You don't really think about it. You see the rain, you get the umbrella. And you see the cold, or you know that it's cold, you grab the coat. And workplace organization needs to be that way. It just needs to be second nature. And in order to get to second nature, you need to do this process over and over and over again. Discipline ensures success. It is a discipline process, requires discipline, so you need to be disciplined about how you approach it. World-class companies are continuously looking for better ways of doing things. Workplace organization is just one of those tools. Manage the process instead of the process managing you. The next time you go to the junk drawer in your kitchen and you're looking for something and you're shuffling through all of those things that are in there to find the thing that you need to have, think about workplace organization. Think about what's happening in this process. If you can't find what you need to have in that junk drawer, what do? You go to another junk drawer. And then you go onto the blame game possibly. I can't find it in the second junk drawer, so now I'm blaming somebody else. Frustration and anxiety is building. And at that point, the process is then managing you. You are no longer in control of the process. Good workplace organization puts you in control of the process, allows you to control how things get done and when they get done and where they get done. That covers workplace organization. It's pretty simple, very common sense. It can be a lot of fun. Next time, we're going to talk about another foundational tool, and that is changeover or get ready or setup. I want to talk about these 2 foundational tools first, then we're going to go back and drill down into waste and look at waste. That's what we want to eliminate in the process. So if you need any more information about workplace organization, you can contact me at the number on the screen, 270-901-1000, or you can contact me at my email address, jimk.lewis@kctcs.edu.